One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Commodores will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tigers' offense will go to work first. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Palmer, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force-feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. With the catch, it's Simmons. Still on his feet at the 45. Turning it on. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it first and 10 in the red zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. No good. After the miss, no change in the score. So Vanderbilt's offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And this might be a real challenge for this quarterback because that corner, David, can take away an entire half of the field.
Yeah, and that's the bright part of this defense. Like you know out wide exactly what you're getting week in and week out, and it is top flight. Like one of the best in the country at your spot. So interested to see how this passing attack works while avoiding that guy, because I'm not going after him, Palmer.
Well, I don't think this quarterback has seen a secondary built like this. He definitely hasn't seen a corner with this guy's ability. And so if he is going to try him, he better have really good timing. He better be very accurate. He better not be late throwing out-breaking routes because this dude will pick him off and take it to the house.
And he's still running after the move. There he goes to the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And and the Commodores will hustle to the line. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Smashes it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Simmons. He'll toss it. There he goes. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you could tell. He made them pay with a big gain down the field.
He lobs one high down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bring in the heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vandy. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to keep it in the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab. It's Taylor.
Such a great job on the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Commodores will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. So here comes the Auburn offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Using his legs, it's Henderson. Breaks into the open.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. Don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. On the direct snap, it's Simmons. Keeps it. Got room at the 35. He's loose. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
For offensive coordinators, you see big runs like this in the 1st half. Man, it gets you excited because it opens up the whole playbook. Everything I have to use. I like it.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after he got popped out.
Out of the gun, the give to the back.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Coleman. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Commodores want to crank the tempo. From the gun, the ground game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Commodores with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in Russ territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. On the direct snap, it's Simmons. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Tigers! Great job by the back on the option.
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees the defender commit. Boom. Pitch the ball. Not only pitch the ball, on target. So now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll leave it with him. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. The Commodores come to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now in this drive. Sack, first down, just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Signals for the fair catch, and then they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. And I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive. 3rd
down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Commodores will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in, looking for space. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, going to the air. Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted deep in his own end. He'll try to take it back. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Going right to work up top. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Taylor. They finally get to him. The what a play there to pick up the first down.
First down, Commodores.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Commodores have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to throw, time running short in the half. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
About set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Got it in the middle. It's Ridley. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They dragged him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Lindsey. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Commodores want to move quickly. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches.
Oh, he's got some space. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Under fire. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
That's caught. It's Dean. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Now the toss. At the 45 on his way. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. He now has 106 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Auburn! And the pummeling has started.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Here's a heat. Slings it downfield. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Commodores are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll do it himself. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And here comes the punt team. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Touchdown, Tigers. The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You could play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. So now it's 2nd and long. Handoff to the lone back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lofts one deep down the right side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So here comes the Auburn offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He leaves it with his back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Henderson. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Calls for the fair catch, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Give to the running back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Turning it on. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16. That carry puts him over 2,500 yards for his career.
And it's been really fun to watch this guy's development in college football. He's gotten bigger, stronger, and faster in every game. He just seems to get a little bit better. That's a pretty nice milestone to hit.
It's a nice milestone, nice consistency, nice durability. It takes you being healthy, and this guy's really done a good job throughout his career being that lead guy and putting up numbers.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Unleashes to the end zone. Wideout trying to get it in. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Tigers have their offense in high gear. To the air, it's Lindsey. Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Tigers! Fitted in the window for the score. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
You got to love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Commodores decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. A fair catch is called for. It'll give him great field position. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Kane. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
And he tried to do all he could. He broke 1 tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Kane. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. Coming out on first down with the play fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Dropping back, it's Stanley. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Commodores will punt it away on fourth down. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. They bring the punter onto the field now. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line.
Get set, get set.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Here comes the option. At the 35, he's open. Oh, a lot of... Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.